up, folks? We are back out on the prairie today. I got Orlo with me, and it is a gorgeous morning. It finally feels like fall. We got a nice little wind. Oh, Gunther's birdie up here. Yeah, it's just beautiful. It's August, I think it's August 17th. Oh, size on point. Whoa. You can see Si locked up. Gunther, whoa. Gunther's backing over here. There we go, good boy. That's what I'm talking about. Good boy, Si. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but that just worked out perfectly. Film this little intro here, and Si locks up. Finds a prairie chicken right there. That was sweet. Good boys. Good boy, Si. So yeah, we're just out running the dogs, working the dogs, getting ready for this season. We are excited. Orla's having a good time. So stay tuned, folks. So that bird actually, Si was like on top of that thing, and that thing held tight. But Si held it well, and that bird just, it flushed a little bit earlier than, you know, if we were in an actual hunting situation. I still probably would have gotten a shot at it, but ideally we would have been wanting to get 10 yards closer or so, but that was perfect. Whoa. Okay, okay. There we go. I like that. Whoa, whoa, Gunther. Hey, good find, boys. Nice. Whoa. So I just locked up again. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Go back, Gunther. Whoa. 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 Okay. Okay, Gunther, okay. Where the birds? Good boy. Nice job, boys. Good boy, Si. I think there's more birds in here, though. That was one bird. That was good. This is one of our first runs of the year, so it's always a little choppy, but that worked out okay. Si started breaking a little soon, but it's all right. So you can see there's a lot of different types of little pieces of cover in here. These prairie chickens, like you can see, it's kind of a hill right up here. The wind is coming directly at us. We're working right into the wind. They like to sit on these like bottom sides of the hill. Gives them a little cover from the wind and hides them a little bit more. So, and then you can see kind of there's a bunch of different types of edges in here too. So a lot of upland birds are edge species. They like edges. So anywhere you can find an edge, whatever it is, usually can be productive. Hunt them up, hunt them up. Well, I am in no means a prairie chicken expert, but I don't know if you can see, we're kind of in like this little shorter grass prairie up here, kind of on a little knoll, a little bit higher than the rest, you know, of the, you know, immediate surrounding area. And you can see there's a lot of higher cover on the bottom edge of this. This is what we focus mostly on. Like I said, I am no prairie chicken expert. We just run the dogs early season on prairie chickens just because to get them in shape for actual hunting season, but this is kind of where I like to focus on, where we find most of our birds. We don't find a crazy amount of birds by any means, but I don't know, a couple coveys every time we come out. Get the dogs some fresh scent. That's all we need. So, and yeah, lots of these young prairie chickens. I mean, they're still mostly covied up pretty good. Oops, I just turned. Whoa, size birdie over there. But these young birds, they need a lot of bugs, a lot of nutrition, and grasshoppers, I think, are the main source of, you know, food calories for them. So we're seeing a lot of bugs this year. We had a lot of good rains this summer. So yeah, should be a good year, hopefully, for ruffed grouse too. Size birdie up here, easy. I just hope it's not a skunk. So we ran into 2 skunks last couple years, and that is no fun. I don't recommend it. So hopefully that doesn't happen today. Like I said, it's just me and Orla this morning. Got a Orla daddy date. Thea is going swimming with her mama. And yeah, I think I mentioned this in the past, these backpack carriers, like the most utilized piece of gear that I have for young kids. I use it almost on a daily basis whenever we're doing stuff like this, especially when they're younger. Thea's getting a little bit too big for it now, but she still uses it occasionally. But anytime you're hiking, walking longer distances, up, down, it's harder for them to get around. It's a huge advantage to have your kid on your back. And it just gets them excited to look around. Best seat in the house. So I think it just gives them a really good vantage point. So ooh. So I was pretty birdie there. So I was locked up. Gunther was birdie as well. But he broke off that pretty fast, so could have been old scent or something. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, Gunther. Whoa. The dogs were kind of working over here. Both birdie, so I locked up. Gunther's backing again. Kind of working right into the wind. Okay. There we go. Okay. Got another point up here. Gunther's in front this time. Orla's saying, whoa, good job, Orla. Yep, whoa. Okay. All right, guys, you heard me say it earlier, how we didn't want to get skunked. Well, Gunther found a skunk. Come here, buddy, here. So I stay over here. Gunther, here. Here. So best thing you can do is not let them get in the water. So we're gonna get him back to the truck, in the kennel, and back home, where we can throw some hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, and Dawn dish soap on him. That usually gets rid of it pretty quick. Oh geez, what is up with you and skunks? God, every year. Luckily, I mean, he stinks, but it almost doesn't smell like he got a direct hit to the face or something. Maybe just kind of on the side of his face, I don't know, but it doesn't smell. All right, guys, this is the mixture that I'm going to use. Hydrogen peroxide. We'll just do like somewhere in there, half a quart. 1/4 cup of baking soda, maybe a little more. You want it to be kind of more of a paste than anything. And then a little bit of Dawn dish soap. A couple tablespoons of that. I'll mix this around a little bit here. I'm gonna get some gloves on, mix it around a little bit more, and then get it into Gunther's coat. You wanna leave it in there for a couple minutes and then just kind of wash his fur off. Try to avoid his eyes if you can. All right, I got the guilty dog here. So I actually think he ingested some of it too, because it's mostly like in his breath I'm smelling it. So that's also not good. But let's see. Yeah, I don't even smell it too much. A little bit on your fur, but try to keep this out of his eyes here. Oh. All right, guys, that turned into quite the morning. So we got Gunther all cleaned up. I think he's gonna be fine. I do think he ingested like some of it because he came home and just had like explosive diarrhea everywhere, and it smelled kind of like skunk. He did stink a little bit, but I got him washed off and it's pretty much gone completely. His collars, the scent on there is completely gone. Like I said, it's important if your dog does get skunked like that, keep them away from water, because if they get wet, it'll open up those pores and it'll make it 10 times worse. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. It was a good run until we got skunked, but that's all right. It happens. We got working dogs. It's part of it. So if you did enjoy, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Get those kids outdoors.